Based on a survey conducted on the higher socioeconomic class of Jakarta, we found out that 76% consider themselves to be in the upper class. 96% think that there is a large socioeconomic divide, and 92% think that this divide is not fair. 36% have not done anything to alleviate the poverty in Jakarta, and 81% think that the government is not doing everything they can to fix it. 63% believe that it is impossible to reach equality among all humans. And the average believes that 47% are living in poverty, when in reality, that number is only 10%. What are the main reasons for the severe socioeconomic divide in Jakarta, Indonesia? Would you consider yourself to be in the higher end of the social class?
If you mean economic, yes, I think I am.
Yes, I would definitely consider myself to be the higher end of the social class.
How do you feel about the social status division in Indonesia?
I think it's too wide. There are still a lot of people living in very poor conditions in Indonesia. There's a lot of wealth, but it's not very well distributed to the people.
What are the main reasons for the severe socioeconomic divide in Jakarta, Indonesia?
In my opinion, the main reason is corruption. Government officials are often bribed by very rich businessmen to satisfy their growth, which is an advantage to the business. And very rich businessmen bribe tax officers so that they would hide their true income. They would not be able to pay their taxes, which means that Indonesia has less money to spend on rebuilding the country, and therefore an example would be that in Indonesia it takes more time for them to build healthcare services that is beneficial for people who don't really have money.
Have you contributed to helping to close the wide gap in the socioeconomic divide?
Well, I think by contributing to the economy, by hiring people, that helps create jobs. So just by spending your money within the economy, you actually help stimulate demand for workers.
How do you think the government is helping this poverty situation?
I think, successively different governments have had different policies recognizing the need to support the lower end of the earning people in the country. For example, I think different governments have tried to introduce policies in the agricultural space to help farmers in particular, to give them the means to improve their production. And I think the current government has also tried to introduce plans to support the farmers as well. One of the negative things that might seem to make sense are some of the labor laws in Indonesia. So they've tried to introduce labor laws which protect the workers. However, these laws have been a bit too onerous on the companies, and it has caused them to not be that interested in investing in hiring people because the labor laws are so stringent for the companies that hire people.
How were you able to rise to the status you are in now?
The main reason is because of my family, and it's all started with my grandfather because he started the business, and therefore he did have enough money to send my father to school, which gives him the experience. And my dad, he made businesses and and he worked really hard and he persevered through the hard times, especially because of the crisis and such things. And I believe that because of the hard work, he's able to be in the status he is right now. And because he has money, he's able to send me to school, and that would give me more experience. And I'm able to start up businesses with the money that he's provided for me.
Do you ever feel discriminated because of your status?
I don't think so. I think there are times that you may think that's a way to feel, but generally when you're part of the wealthy class, you tend to get treated more fairly than others. And again, for me living in Indonesia, generally foreigners seem to get a certain sort of status that your average Indonesia does not get.
What would you like to see change?
I think, again, the government has been talking about it, but I think, one, I truly think that the labor laws currently undermine investment in the country, and what we really need is investment to create jobs, but also, and probably more importantly, education is so important. And I think Indonesia really needs to make educating the population a priority, to create a workforce that's attractive to companies. We're in a global economy now, and Indonesia has to compete against other countries, whether it be China or Bangladesh or Vietnam. And the most effective way is to have a well-educated and prepared workforce.
Is the difference in social status and economic status inequality?
I don't think it's inequality, but I think we need to create equality of opportunity. And currently in Indonesia, for the average Indonesian to get a high quality education is very difficult. So the inequality starts by not creating equality of opportunity, and that all starts, and you can even say that starts as early as nutrition and feeding kids properly, and then putting them in schools where they're fed well and they can learn in an environment where they're comfortable. But it does come down to education. So ultimately, yes, there is inequality. However, what the government needs to focus on, and I think society needs to focus on, is equality of opportunity. And that opportunity will really come by improving education. It can be done, but I think there's still a lot of poverty, and a lot of that comes from not providing opportunity, equal opportunity.
Masih bekerja?
Dagang.
Dagang apa?
Dagang nasi uduk.
Oh, nasi uduk.
Iya.
Buka setiap hari, Bu?
Iya. Hah?
Aku terus.
Alhamdulillah ada sedikit. Kadang dagang kan nggak tentu ya. Kadang habis ya, kadang-kadang enggak.
Ibu berada di sosial yang bagian atas yang
atas juga, Bo. Di tengah-tengah ya. Tapi kan Indonesia kan luas ya, nggak mungkin lah ibaratnya presiden atau kita itu menjawab masalah, nggak mungkin ya.
Udah berapa tahun tinggal di sini?
Sejak lahir.
Sejak lahir?
Sejak lahir, kalau saya baru 11 tahun.
Oh, baru
Tapi tetap aja sama lingkungan sama.
Ya, beda.
Kelurahannya sama.
Ibu selalu tinggal di sini dari itu?
Iya.
Udah berapa tahun?
Ya dari muda nenek. Dari umur 20-an, sekarang udah umur 70.
Apa perasaan Ibu tentang perbedaan ini antara yang miskin dengan yang kaya?
Dari segi ekonomi.
Sama ini apa? Kayaknya tuh yang kaya makin kaya, yang miskin makin miskin. Tapi enaknya sekarang kita yang di Jakarta untuk anak sekolah ada perbankan KCP. Perbedaannya yang begitu lah. Kalau kita sedikit susah ya sama susahnya gitu. Ya kan?
Iya, dari semenjak yang kaya makin kaya miskin.
Apa perasaan Bapak?
Merasa belum ada perubahan yang signifikan aja.
Bapak belum merasa ada perubahan semenjak Bapak Presiden menjadi Presiden?
Ya sedikit aja ngerasain. Karena ini kan paling yang dibangun
Pemerintahan Pak Jokowi yang baru ya, udah kerasa ya perbedaan
Sangat terasa, sangat membantu.
dengan pemerintahan baru Pak Jokowi.
Iya, Jokowi.
Ibu merasa udah ada perubahan belum?
Ya belum ya udah mulai anak-anak kan sekolah, anak-anak sekolah kan ada KJP gitu, itu kan membantu Neng buat anak sekolah ya kan. Ibu-ibu yang lansia seperti saya juga kadang-kadang ada bantuan itu ya, bantuan beras apa gitu, itu kan karena Pak Jokowi.
Sosial ekonomi kelembangan
Rasanya ini ya nggak nyaman aja ya ngeliat yang satu merasa lebih, yang satu minder. Harusnya sih nggak ada lagi yang kayak gitu.
Bapak tahu upah minimum di Jakarta?
Jakarta ini kalau nggak salah udah di atas 2 kali. Jadi udah naik.
Apa harapan untuk anak-anak Bapak kedepannya nanti kalau berpisah? Kalau buat anak-anak milenial ini apa Pak?
Yang untuk berpikir belajar aja. Nah, ini kan memang banyak yang dilewati dari pergaulan. Misalnya ada pergaulan bebas.
Apa harapan untuk anak-anak Ibu ke depannya?
Ya lebih baik dari saya, dari orang tuanya gitu.
Pendidikannya
lebih tinggi. Pengennya sih kayak gitu. Kita berusaha walaupun nggak cukup untuk sekolah. Kalau harapan dari cucu-cucu mudah-mudahan nanti ke depan sekolah terus gitu. Jangan sampai seperti orang tuanya begini susah, ya kan?